What is happening, good people of the mediocre YouTube community? Merry Christmas, everyone. I know I have not really been on YouTube, and there's all kinds of things to talk about and all kinds of videos that I would like to do. It is Christmas Eve, and I have to check to make sure that, because make sure this is recording. I don't mean to be even worse at my camera work, but it's Christmas Eve and the text messages are rolling in. And I just got done with all the family stuff. It's like 10:30 at night. I'm tired, but good Christmas Eve. You know, this Christmas Eve for me has been kind of bittersweet. The last 6 years now. It just so happens that Christmas Eve is the day my father passed away. And he passed away 6 years ago this Christmas Eve. So yeah, you know, always got the old man on my mind, and once I get to Christmas Eve, it's like a relief, I guess. You know, it's like, it seems like from around Thanksgiving until now, it's like, even if you don't think it's on your mind, it's on your mind, and it wears on your mind, you know. Anyway, but did the whole family thing tonight, saw everybody. It was a beautiful thing. Had a really nice time tonight. Just everybody's around. So I know I haven't done any videos in a while, and I was just thinking about you guys, and I really hope that all of you are having a really good time tonight. That's all I really got for you. I mean, I got a lot for you. I mean, we got impeachments going on. We got Tony Iommi. We got YouTube fake guitar players, which, you know, I actually made a video that I deleted the other night. I'm just making sure this is, like I said, if any text messages come through, it'll probably stop my camera. I actually made a video the other day, and I deleted it. I decided not to upload it. But I was talking about guitar players faking their solos and whatnot, and on YouTube and whatnot. And I don't know, I guess for me it was just like, you know, I don't know why everybody's making a big everybody knows about it. It's not like it just started with YouTube, you know. Just seems like everybody's making a big stink about it right now, and I'm not for it. I think it's stupid if you're speeding up your guitar solos and faking them on YouTube or anywhere, but you know, that's been going on since the beginning of recording, since somebody figured out how to, you know, splice tape. And if you really listen closely to some tracks, you can hear it. You can hear where they, especially if it's a cheaper recording, you can hear actually the drum beat went up with it, and then it came back down after the solo. So that stuff's been going on forever. I'm against it. Have I ever recorded something and sped it up? Not on YouTube, but I was able to nail it later. I'm against it. I really like, and really ever since the Rage Against the Machine albums came out, and I saw on the album cover, on the back, or whatever you want to call it, the pamphlet, I saw how they said on the pamphlet, sorry to keep checking this, but I got to do it, because I don't want to have to redo this video. On the back of their album cover, it said, hey, everything you hear in here is real. you know, all the scratching you heard, that's the guitar player and the bass player doing that scratching. For me, when I go into the recording process, for me, the recording process should be the best, capturing the best live performance. That's not always how it goes, you know, especially if you're tied to a label or a record company, you have a deal with somebody. Sometimes you don't have a choice. They want to make this record, it's got to sell, right? But when Rage Against the Machine, there was a story about that. They went into the studio at Sound City, and what they did is how they recorded the album is they went into the studio, they plugged in, mic'd everything, had about 20 friends there, and they basically did a show and recorded it, and did it a couple times, and then they took the best parts and recorded in it. And I think that's really cool, man, just capturing the best live performance. So yeah, I know there's people on YouTube speeding stuff up and faking their guitar solos. I mean, speaking of faking their guitar solos, Circle of Tone, he got called out by Tony Iommi. I really didn't want to get into all this shit in this video, but he doesn't deserve the attention he's getting. But it's funny to me because, other people have called him out on stuff. I called him out on his Zakk Wylde video, and I said, you're saying this and this and that, and it's well known that Zakk used this, this, and this. And, he was just coming up with these things. You could tell it was just off the top of his head, but he was presenting them as fact, and I just I was nice about it, but I kind of said, you're full of shit, dude. I mean, it's well known that what Zakk used, and he basically told me to fuck off and block me, so... And if you've ever I've skimmed through some of his videos, and they're all the same. It's kind of his take on getting someone's tone, and that's how he should present it. He shouldn't say, I recreated their tone perfect, and this is what they use, and this is what they use. It's the different thing to say, hey, this is my take on it, this is what I used, and I got close to it, or I made it better, or, whatever. But he just presents a bunch of bullshit as fact, and that's what he got called out for with Tony Iommi. And like I said, he's loving it because he's getting attention for it, and he's always, Owen is always I think he thinks of himself, I don't know how he thinks of himself, but he's a mediocre talent, and I think he can't stand the fact that he's a mediocre talent. Nothing wrong with the world. Most of us are mediocre talents, but you know how many mediocre talents made millions of dollars in the music business? It could happen to anyone. You market yourself, everything else, but I don't know. I think the guy's full of shit. I think he's a fraud, and there he goes. He got called out by Tony Iommi's publicist, or maybe I doubt it, but maybe Iommi himself. It's just funny stuff, but like I said, he doesn't even deserve that attention. Just, fix your videos, stop presenting a bunch of lies as fact. That's all you gotta do. And it would be a much better channel, So, wow, I didn't want to get into that. But, I did. Anyway, you guys, just wanted to stop and wish everybody a Merry Christmas. God bless you all. God bless you and your families, and hope everybody's day tomorrow is fantastic. Hope tonight was fantastic. Like I said, I haven't had this good of a Christmas Eve in a long time. The whole family, everybody was getting along, and it was a really nice time, and yeah, it was great, man. And like I said, hope you guys have the same, and I will catch up with you later because we got all kinds of videos to make, man. Guess what's on the bench again? Son of a bitch. First of all, it wasn't fixed when it came back. The Carvin X100B is back here on the bench. It wasn't fixed when it got back, and I should have just taken it right back to Dean. And I didn't. Instead, I replaced the electrolytic capacitors. That didn't do the job. Right now, I'm thinking, with some advice from another YouTuber, Uncle Doug, kind of thinking that might have some bad coupling capacitors. So if there's any of you guys out there that are looking at this and you want to tell me where the coupling capacitors are on this, that would be wonderful. because I would like to give it a shot, try to replace that before I take it back to Dean. Also, I want to take these out and resolder them so they look. I use the J-hook method when I soldered them in, and that's fine. It's an approved method, but I think it looks sloppy. So the only reason I did it that way is because in order to solder it from the other side the right way, the fucking pots are all attached to the board, so you got to take all the pots loose and pull the board up. But I'm going to do that because that's the way it should be done, and I should have never rigged it like that. So yeah, it's back on the bench, and more than likely going back to, well, I'm sure I'm gonna actually, I just want to check some voltages to see if it's something that simple that maybe I can fix, and if it's not, I'll just take it back to Dean and say, hey man, wasn't working when it came back, and he'll take care of it. He's a great guy, and there's no doubt in my mind. I mean, I'm sure I have to pay him something, but yeah, that's what Uncle Doug and I were thinking. Coupling capacitors could be leaking, and that's not a good thing. Hey, you guys, Merry Christmas. God bless you all.